Get everybody rolling here. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Hey, we're coming in live. Ooh, I'm listening to Revolution Radio and my earpiece, and I hear and I see you guys over there. Good morning. Let me move this box off this black stuff up here so I can see where it goes. Oh God, I got a dirty, dusty thing there, don't I? Hey, let's see. How the hell? Howdy. Hey, you're supposed to do this stuff before the show, right? There. Well, not dusty anyway. Good morning, everybody. God bless you guys. Yeah, I'm at Revolution Radio in one ear, and that hair is not laying right. Anyway, that's how you get old. Let it grow long. So good morning, everybody. God bless you guys. We're getting ready to come in live here. I guess what I need to do is to uh, copy the link. You know it. I put it right over there. Anyway, so yeah. All right. Thank you, Zoe. Hi, Dan. Driver Dan over there. That's what I knocked off my shelf. I hope y'all are having a great day. God bless you guys. Woo! Yeah, well, it's hump day, February the 8th. Feels like Groundhog Day, but I think spring has come. I really do. I think spring is already broken. This may sound strange, but I saw what I would consider the first sign of spring yesterday. Revolution Radio over in the Matrix chat room. They aren't hearing what I'm telling you guys right now. I saw the first sign of spring. hmm Now we'll know within a week to 2 weeks if it's really coming straight in or if it's going to lag, because when the flocks of the robins get here, I said yesterday I saw my first robin of the year. So maybe it is. Hey Mace, how you doing this morning? God bless you. There's Net Effect and Driver Dan, and hey, thanks Zoe over there in Lavender Streams. So I'm listening to Revolution Radio. I got my I better share. I better share my sound on my studio on the radio side. The reason I can do this, it's working out okay, is I use the two microphones. And evidently it's pretty good, and there's really no or much of any delay. It's a pretty good Logitech. It's not perfect, but it's a pretty good streamer. Let's see what else is in the chat room there. Really nothing. All right. So you catch last night's Trump assassination files? You should have. Don't forget the Revolution Radio archives. So let's get ready here. Let me get my bearings. Anyway, it takes a little coordination trying to talk here and there and two conversations and segue them together so it all works right. Heavens. Yeah, imagine that. Anyway, we're gonna get her done. We're gonna get her done. Yeah. Where's Larry at? Larry the Radio Man. Redneck Radio coming at you. Yeehaw! Playing some Black Sabbath. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, these warmongering neocons and neoliberals really are the war pigs. Black Sabbath talks about in their music. You should listen to it and get it and understand it and think, wow, we live in a world controlled by war pigs. As the war machine keeps turning, welcome, good morning. It's time for the Revolution in the Morning show, streaming live from Franklin County, Virginia. I'm your host, Mitchell Bupp. Come on down and join us. Well, revolution.radio on YouTube, iTunes, TalkStreamLive.com, TuneIn, Shoutcast, Winamp, Accessify, Roku TV, and, well, many other places. And if you can't find it, or your bandwidth is low, or you got low data, because I know how that is, my data stream is running out of digits. You can call in and listen to Revolution Radio Studio A at 641 793 6370 to reach Studio A. And if you get a chance, go over, check out the Revolution Radio schedules for Studio A and Studio B. That is an eclectic choice that you have, where it's a wide variety of shows that have a full spectrum of views, news, and information, often that the mainstream media will not allow because, well, there are vocal minority groups that literally attack the freedom of speech and the freedom of others today. Yeah, it's kind of the world that we're living in. We're at, you think? Yeah, I'm kind of was trying to move something from one pocket to the other. Oh man, I'm telling you, wow, the really is a dystopian world that we're living in. Don't forget that Revolution Radio is listener supported. So tell your friends, and don't forget to tell your friends about this live stream. If you can, retweet it, send it back out there. So I would greatly appreciate it. Hey, good morning, Nikki, and hey, Paul. How you doing this morning, Australian Paul and Bernays Sauce and Zeke and Kathy Mimi, the Mimi memes. So I hope y'all are having a great day. God bless you. Come on, we'll hit it. Yes, Nikki, we'll do it. Hey, good morning, Lolly. How you doing over there? These are all people logging in over on the live stream. So thank you guys for tuning in. And don't forget Revolution Radio. They've kind of helped me make all this happen in the very beginning and streaming it out there and being able to get my voice out there because I've been since I got active, I've been censored since 9/11. Hey, don't you say those three letters, 911. I mean, our government, hey, did you catch Joe Biden last night? Jesus. Hey, can somebody call the ambulance because a demented old man has escaped? Yes, Joe Biden is looking and should be looking forward to his first and only impeachment. By the time it's done, let's be honest, Joe is going to have to step down, whether it's document gate. Oh, I got hiccups. Dang nabbit. Whether it's the Document Gate, Hunter Biden and the pay to play bullshit system that Biden and the government and the upper echelon political figures use today. It's horse shit. It's just effing horse shit. Well, anyway, let me mute for Revolution Radio. It's fucking horse shit, okay? Now, our government has essentially become this quid pro quo pay to play system, and it's all controlled by the Gang of Eight and the majority and the minority party leaders, and everybody else is literally locked out. So instead of having 400 plus representative voices, they are shackled. They are hamstrung. They're put in a room and told, shut the hell up. When we need you, we'll come get you if we decide to talk to you. That's the government leadership ran by Nancy Pelosi and, good old Mitch McConnell. And of course, Chuck Schumer. And of course, Kevin McCarthy. Now, Kevin McCarthy has I think, seen a light and has understood that you cannot even negotiate. You can't negotiate with these liberals. I wish you could. But the never-ending revolution that they push, you always end up compromising again and again and again until liberals believe they have reached where they want to go. It really does not matter where everybody else wants to live or how somebody else wants to live, or let's just say prevent their children from going to drag queen story hour at the elementary school library. While the same group of people that would encourage drag queen story hour would have a shit fit to hell and back if you brought in some military personnel or some police and firemen. No, they might let a fireman in, yeah, or ambulance driver, or some rescue person, or you have 4 branches of the service, you have pilots, you have all that stuff. But the criteria to come in and sponsor or do a story hour evidently is you got to dress like a woman, and you got to be ugly as hell most of the time, and dress yourself up to, well, yeah, it's like Stevie Wonder in drag, man. I'm telling you. You wonder when the clown posse is going to show up. Oh, man. It's crazy. It's silly, man. I'm telling you. I don't know why, I don't know how, and we made this whole flip in, what is really acceptable and what is not acceptable. Businessmen, what about, the only businessmen that the liberals would approve of would be, Fred G. Sanford, Red Fox. Oh my God. I mean, it's crazy. It's stupid. Okay. It's just this role models of stuff. Yeah. Anyway, it's it's more stupid on stupid. And I think Greg Hunter likes to use that. So I hope everybody over here on Twitter, or on Twitter, yeah, on the live stream is doing well. I hope my audio is okay on the studio and then on YouTube. So let's get into the news or whatever, Of course, the big news from last night was, Joe Biden and his State of the Union address, which, most people said was just, well, lies. Marjorie Taylor Greene and others heckled and booed Joe Biden. Remember, they did that to Trump. Remember how they all kind of almost turned their back or whatever? Nancy Pelosi, ripped up her tampon right behind Trump. And I can't believe nobody did that. Nobody did that meme, you know. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if, all the liberals are going to dress in white and all put a can of frozen tomato juice in their pants so they can all, have kumbaya moment with the trans whatevers, right? But that's the lunacy of what we see today. Remember, remember when Trump, it was Trump that gave a speech, one of his speeches, and all the Democrat women were white. The only thing they were missing were the hoods. And they literally could have been the new Klansters. I mean, do people realize the symbolism of that? When all Democrat women dress in all white, and the only thing that's really missing is their hoods. After all, who wants to say, or no Democrat wants to admit, and see, this is another reason why they have to tear down every monument, everything associated with the Confederacy, because it is the Democrat Party. It is their legacy. It is the raw truth and history and the dogma of the Democrat Party. What are people gonna think? Boing! Hey, I know, I woke up. Shit! Oh hell, I remember now. I mean, really, what are people gonna say? Oh, I get it. I get it. But they don't. You can look at the Democrat Party today, and they've developed tools to declare other people targets of hatred. Well, you're a white supremacist, and you can just be like, what? Who? I mean, me? Oh, thanks. I mean, Democrats are awful good at throwing these labels and putting this stuff up and tagging people and entire swaths of people with smears. And it's been really effective for years and years, actually, 100 plus years. Democrats smearing others and targeting them and then using a psychology of hate of some form of another, whether it's racism, whether it's bigotry, whether it's, just, hey, they dress funny. I mean, oh, they have the wrong colors on if you're in some of the wrong places in some of the cities in America, where if you wear the wrong colors in the wrong neighborhoods, well, let's just say it ain't going too good, man. I'm telling you, it's not going to go well. So, Democrats and Republicans, colors of gangs that have divided the political power structure in the United States of America. And people wonder, is it a problem? Well, no shit, it's a problem. Because what has happened and long ago happened, and now is essentially it's behind the curtain, it's behind the veil that needs to be pulled back, that the Uni Party, the Democrat hyphenated Republican Party, is back. They're back. They're back in working the left right marched into their national social fascistic state. As hey, what little Georgie, let me puke on the Japanese minister say, let's be a kinder, gentler world. Yeah, think about it. Oh, think about it. Georgie Bush. Yeah, I mean, really, president? I mean, of course, but we have Joe Biden as president. We know that, that when Georgie Bush, we know the neocons were pulling his strings, that he was just another puppet. Mm, I'm telling you. And the Bush family and the drug dealing and the drug smuggling with the CIA connections. Look, it's all there. Barry Seal was murdered over it. And what did the one of the killers, had George W. or H.W. Bush's phone number, personal phone numbers and stuff. I mean, you know, um, you're a Colombian assassin that was brought in to kill somebody, and whose number do you have? Oh, well, H.W. Bush's number. Oh, that guy's you a hell of a lot of drag there on the top of the line, right? First thing they do is send in the FBI, and then they send the CIA, and then they send it over wherever the hell they hide it at. So yeah, none of these people can literally be trusted. So craziness, idiocracy. The balloon scandal. While it is a distraction, it does highlight, how easily and how successful China has been in its espionage programs. Yeah, the espionage programs that are run through the political parties, the left and the right, in cooperation with the government to steer government and to keep control of it, to keep it in their hands. The what was that? The right there, and then the left. And so our Australian's Paul's trying to call, but I can't put him on the stream. And I really wasn't trying to put him on the radio, but I'm sorry, Paul. How you doing? I see you're over here in the chat. Hey, Paul. Uh, you know, I know you, Paul. I know you. Anyway, so yeah, let me find my bookmarks again. There they are. What else we have going on here? Half of the USA says they're worse off, since 2009. Okay. Literally, since Barack Obama became president, 50% of Americans say, damn, not only, and I'm not feeling well and I'm not doing great, but financially, I'm not where I think I should be. We have to understand that, the stagflation that we're going to experience is, um, it's going to be tough to get through for many people unless you're able to grow you some food, whatever food you like. I would suggest figuring out a way to grow it. And even if you have a place and if you have to put in some kind of um, vertical growing systems, and there's some really nice ones out there if you look for them. But the more food you can grow for yourself, the more money you'll be able to save, and that'll help you weather through and become more independent. And then after you just grow the things that you really like, that you consume a lot. I mean, kale, for example, around this house, we eat a lot of kale. I like lettuce and some greens, and I really should be growing some fresh carrots and at least some carrots. Of course, people say tomatoes. Stay away from tomatoes. I like tomatoes, but but grow whatever food you like. I like okra, so hey, I'm weird. I just don't eat it boiled. That just doesn't go real well. Anyway, so I hope y'all are having a great day. God bless you. Oh man, talk about boiled okra. Delicacy of the South. Just kidding. Just kidding. I don't think it is. My brother brought it from Norfolk, Virginia, when he was down there working in the naval shipyards as a welder, and he he married a girl. I don't know what happened. It was short and quick and crazy, whatever it was, and he ended up back in Pennsylvania. So there's that. But yeah, she's out there. I think her name was Amy. So she's out there. Last I knew, she was in North Carolina area, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, it's life is wow. Life can take you many different ways, and you really don't think about it until you've gotten past or where you're at, or you and take retrospect, maybe. Hmm. Yeah. So what else we got? Okay. So the balloon. Everybody's now looking at China spies. China spies. How is China spying? What are they using to spy? And the rest of it. I mean, really, that's some of the things that they're asking. Some of the things. Oh God, I better stop, do that. If I put my hands together, almost like a prayer, but open. Yeah, you know what? Some people will say that's Illuminati. No, that's not. I want to slide my monitor back a little bit. Maybe that's a little better. I'm going to go over here and look at the stream picture. Yeah, I think that's a little better. Anyway, so yeah, it's sheer crazy. Are the jet trails to block the view of the balloons? No, I don't think so. There, Bernays salts. It's sheer crazy. So I hope y'all are having a great day. God bless you, man. Thanks for tuning in, everybody over here oh, dang it, this is mine in the chat room on Revolution Radio and on the stream. Hey, everybody. I'm just So thanks for joining everybody over here on the YouTube stream and the Revolution Radio side. Hey, thanks everybody. Yeah, I saw that, Malaya. Yes, Malaya over there from over in Germany had posted earlier in the Revolution Radio chat room that good old Zelensky made a secret dash to London and is now in London, and he's supposed to meet with the British Prime Minister Richie Rich, and also speak with the king. Yes, the king. The king that wants to. Well, let's just figure out how to inoculate humanity. King Charles. Hey, there's the break on Revolution Radio. We're going to continue over here on the live stream on YouTube. You guys listen to your break. Hey, it's breaky break for them. Too bad for them. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be them. No, it's okay. So, hey, I hope y'all are doing okay. Thank you, Lolly and Paul Wilson. Paul, that's Australian Paul, and um, memes and Bernays Sauce and Zeke. Thank you guys for joining me over here on YouTube. Yeah, so Any specific questions you want me to answer and stuff during the breaks here, throw them in the chat box here and you can ask, So thanks, Nikki. Thanks, Nikki Santoro there. So I hope y'all are doing well. Come on down and join us. And remember that you change the world. You know, I never thought I'd change the world as much as I did. Okay. I mean, we have to do. I mean, what this week I took a couch to somebody that was free that probably needed one. And then I found my neighbor's dog at the beginning of the week, and it's only Wednesday. What else good can I do this week? How many lives can I change? I want to buy this land next door. That's I've got a web name, and I've got to ring up a little bit of money. Well, a lot of money. And I got to figure out a way to get this house and land and start this veterans care center kind of deal. Yeah. So it's a big project, and well, yeah, I wouldn't call what I'm hitting roadblocks. I would call what I'm hitting is block walls, and that's okay because I'm going to figure out a way to break through them, and get it done. So yeah, um, wow, it's sheer crazy. Um, I, you know, I won't lie. I know what I do on Revolution Radio, and what I do is important. But I consider this thing that the other thing I'm trying to do, I consider it much more important. And we need we need to support Americans here at home. Seems like everybody wants to support an illegal immigrant if you're a Democrat or somebody off the other side, or man, I didn't think about it, but I better change this tune now. It's 8:30. Okay, I'm just trying to remember what songs I played. We'll play the bullshit song. I had to undo the thing. Yeah, so sorry guys, I gotta shift my attention for a second. All right, so there we are. We're all kind of hooked up. Sound shared again. We're gonna play Drew Gregory, the bullshit song. I'll I'll post that link in the chat in a second after I get them started. But yeah, I hope y'all are doing well, man. Mm. Yeehaw! Bullshit. It's so weird. Oh, politics certainly is, isn't it? And let me come over here and post that link there. I just posted that link to the over there in the chat box to the music. Uh-oh, here he comes. Big finish up. Hey, 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 yeah, it ain't no rubbing the boss's nose. You gotta whack him in the nose, man. I'm telling you, when he pulls that shit. Say, whoa, 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 boss. Whoa, boss. Yeah. Anyway, come on down and join us at revolution.radio. Catch us on iTunes, TalkStreamLive.com, TuneIn, Shoutcast, Winamp, Accessify, Radioomni, Open Radio app, and of course, streaming live on YouTube. Go to my YouTube channel, Mitchell Bupp, and just make sure you subscribe when you get there. I greatly appreciate it because we got to get up here and we got to get going, and I'm going to make out to put some shorts in there somewhere along the way. So thanks everybody, Lolly and Rich Smith and Bernays and Paul and Kathy and Nikki and man Zeke and everybody over there in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming down and joining us. Remember to change the world today in this time of universal deceit. You just have to tell the truth. If you tell the truth, well, hey, what are they going to bitch about? Run home and say, Mommy, 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 he told the truth. I mean, you don't want to know the truth. Yeah, these sons of bitches today, they can't handle the truth. Hey, did you notice at the World Economic Forum, when they started talking about, well, we can use our algorithms and we can plant chips in you so we know your brain and we know what you're thinking and we can help you work better. Hey, why in the flying fuck is the World Economic Forum telling the people, hey, you little sheeple down there, down in the bottom of the pit, the valley. Why? The World Economic Forum tells the plebes, don't worry, man. We're going to hack your brain. We're going to know what you're thinking. Well, the first brains that need to be hacked so everybody knows all of their inner thoughts are the scumbag leaders or the people that choose to lead us. Think about it. Think about it. Hey, do you really want to know Klaus Schwab's innermost thoughts? Whenever he sees an old man, he's thinking, man, I can bust that ass wide open. I mean, you ever see some of the pictures of Klaus Schwab dressing up in his girly hosen? Is that what old Nazis wear? Girly hosen. Oh, Klaus, you really look good in your girly hosen. Holy shit on a shingle. But when the mother effing bastards that are proposing all these policies, shouldn't they be the first ones be getting like the brain hack so we all know what kind of shit they're trying to shovel us? Let alone Mitt Romney or the used car salesman next door. I think Mitt Romney's mad at Nikki Santos because, well, Nikki Santos came out of the closet and Mitt Romney's, just got stained magic underwear. And, I don't know. I guess, it's just enough money in the budget to clean Mitt Romney's magic underwear skid marks. After all, God must be pretty damn forgiving if he's going to forgive, Mitt Romney and some of the things that they've done. But the World Economic Forum, they want to hack the bastards out there in the office and down on the floor of the manufacturing facilities and the industrial centers, but they're not going to hack the brains of the motherfucking managers. They're not going to hack the brains of the goddamn owners that are squeezing every nickel, or the fucking, oh, motherfuck. Sorry. Back on Revolution Radio. I'm sorry. That tirade of F bombs was not appropriate for Revolution Radio. Anyway, listen. Why aren't we going to use this technology to know what our leaders are doing? Not what the little plebes working down on the assembly line, putting the killer mobile robots together. I mean, really. Really, I mean, wouldn't you want to know them, those guys, the persons that are supposedly the decision makers, or the people that are providing information to the decision makers? Because here's the problem. You can't have a brain hack and have secrets. It's not going to work that way. The only secrets you'll be able to have is what you'll be able to download and then take out on an effing SIM card. And then everybody will say, where's the SIM card? Where's this brain SIM card, man? Oh, yeah, somebody will be sitting at work. You walk by, pap somebody, slap them upside the head. All of a sudden, their SIM card will go pop out their head, fall on the floor. And they said, oh, my God. They roll their seat back over it, and you hear the crunch, and next thing you know, they just go, they just drop over dead. Yeah, I mean, self-interrupt this, I guess, When will your human SIM card be corrupted? Because that's what they're coming at. That's what, not, to make people understand that's, you're going to have a SIM card. And then if they do the brain hack, you're going to have ports or multiple ports that are upgradable for larger, faster, better memory and higher levels of programming. It's fucking nuts. Oops, I'm sorry. I said that. Excuse me. I didn't mute out that time. It's maddening. It's maddening, man. It's maddening. The New World Order is just nuts. Anyway, so I hope y'all are doing well. Come on down and join us, ladies and gentlemen. And when you can tune in, just tune in for the stream for a bit. And then if you have to tune out, well, I understand. It's 2 hours. Man, I'm telling you, I know I sat here on the radio do this for 2 hours. And I'm telling you, it doesn't really seem that long. There are some days when I don't even remember what is between the breaks. But remember, if they're going to hack somebody's brain, shouldn't they be hacking the politicians? Shouldn't they be hacking the police officers and, some of the other idiots that we have out here? And of course, who we should be hacking the brain of, right? No, not Joe Biden. What brain? I mean, you have to have a working cortex, to figure that out. And Kamala Harris, forget it. They did that test with Kamala Harris. All they got was, well, suck in, suck out. Suck in, suck out. I mean, they don't know why. But that's all they got when they tried to hack Kamala Harris's brain. Look where it got her, to the top of the pile. Look at Austin, the defense secretary. They did his brain. It said, kiss ass, kiss ass, kiss ass, kiss ass, kiss ass, kiss ass. I mean, really? I mean, these politicians, I mean, I guess if you grovel and agree long enough, you'll get somewhere in politics. Man, that doesn't say much for politics, does it? But whose brain should be hacked? Not mine, not yours. The politicians, the decision makers. Y'all, if they hacked my brain, man, I'm telling you, they would find secrets they may not want to admit. Yeah, anyway, what else we got going on here? Movie come out. Yes, a micro budget slasher movie. Hey, remember when they were all the rage in the 80s? Those slash kind of B slasher movies. But today, man, I'm telling you, the technology, the green screen, and 4K and higher resolution formats. Man, I'm telling you, this is gosh, you had to laugh because it's Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. That's right. It's a slasher movie making a comeback. Are they trying to subconsciously create now a wave of slashings? I mean, you have to ask, you know, you have to ask that, right? I mean, our world is so gotten so ignorant. It's just, well, uh, Yale, Yale University, right? In at Yale, a where was that? Dang it, it flipped around on me. At Yale, a some professors believe that whites should put their coat on the ground to let blacks walk over a puddle, or I don't know, just walk over them as a symbolic gesture of, well, help, you know. So Yale's college council's first tip: politely allow blacks to jump ahead of you, and when lines at the dining hall are too long. Why? They have privilege. That means whites don't have superior rights and equality, and there's this. They are creating a discrimination of equity. Yeah, New Haven, Connecticut says, hey, they say support black-owned businesses in Yale's hometown too. Isn't that nice of the Yale College? Yeah, and in fact, there was one school. Oh God, did you know there was one school that, in honor of Black History Month, guess what they served? Yes, dessert was watermelon. Okay, I just say that. Okay, but grits. Oh man, I'm like, you're kidding me, right? A school district was apologizing for offering, this meal for black students. Now what happened was it was substituted out from the regular meal by the vendor who does the meals. Okay. So for Black History Month, they had chicken and waffles and watermelon. Chicken and waffles and watermelon. Well, chicken and waffles isn't bad. I mean, I that's some pretty good food, and I don't think I'm going to eat that, but yeah, I'm probably going to have something to eat. Probably make a big ass hamburger, big thick hamburger, so you have more protein than you have, well, slices of mushy, soft, nasty bread. But I did buy some yeast, so I can make some bread now. In fact, maybe that's a thing I'll do on top of some other stuff I need to do. But anyway, yeah, it's crazy, sheer crazy. Let's see. New York City suburbs, a buck the trend is open houses are packed and offers are over the asking price. And there's going to be certain markets. particularly maybe because New York City is turning into New York hell's instead of Hell's Kitchen. It's the living room, it's the bedroom, it's the bathroom. It's out on the island, it's on the deck, it's in the yard. That's where Hell's Kitchen has essentially become Hell's New York, and not in a good way, not in the older touristy way. Crazy. Now, the really question you have to ask it, and I'm going to look in the news article. Yeah, this was in New York State Middle School. Anyway, Rockland, Westchester Journal News reported that Nyack Middle School students were served chicken and waffles along with watermelon for dessert on February the 1st. The vendor Aramark made the switch. Now, there's no word in here if they offered them also. What did they offer them? Grape soda, right? Yeah, they offer them grape soda too. I mean, I'm just asking for a friend. That's crazy stuff, man. I'm telling you. Why would why would somebody just change that for that reason? I mean, something just doesn't seem right. Okay, whether maybe Airmart had a leftover bunch of chicken and waffles, and some watermelons or whatever they had, and they were trying to get rid of them. I would be willing to bet if you looked at Aramark and you looked at the supplies and the coming out of date stuff and the excess stuff that they had leftovers, I would be almost willing to bet that whatever they had running short of, that they created a meal that for some reason they thought was okay. But I would be willing to bet that the chicken and waffles and the watermelon was more about their oversupply system, their oversupply in their warehouses than thinking about racism or anything else. Because listen, corporations, while they may pretend to be woke, and they may embrace environmental social governance and the nouveau fascism of the day, they may embrace that. But in the end, at the bottom, in the very bottom, they've got to make money. They've got to make money to stay afloat. They've got to create enough stock generation or generation of financial assets. They really don't have to be so successful, but they have to have a business model that looks as with the potential in the future. That is particularly if you have Uber or some other delivery service and taxi service and whatever, because those will eventually be turned over to autonomous vehicles where they will literally go to somebody's house and another little robot will detach or come out of the little minivan and go to the front door and literally, ring your bell or go into your apartment complex. I mean, literally, it could be, like that. So, um, yeah, I mean, that's what the model that they're thinking of when you think of Uber. And, if you look at, the monetization of really the business models as they spread out, the more monetization means the more concentration of monies. But it does mean lower prices, but it kills the small business opportunities that people have. Literally, it's coming around that way. I mean, I'm not saying we're there yet, and I don't know if we'll get there if these clowns don't quit screwing around in Ukraine. Joe Biden's acting if like, hey, it's all okay. Russia attacked Ukraine. This is bad. Russia bad. United States good. The United States is a pretty little petite little blonde in a bikini. It can't do anything wrong. It's not strong enough. The Chinese fly poopy balloons over us, and nothing happens. We look so weak as a nation. But remember, we started Ukraine with color revolutions. Ukraine is not an isolated incident. And the war, the wider war, and the continuing war with Russia over Ukraine is part of a wider problem. And the Western powers, the US and the UK in particular, France and Germany are saying, yeah, they recognize the elephant in the room and recognize that Ukraine is not unique. That we just tried to have an attempted overthrow in Kazakhstan. And if you haven't noticed, the United States has not tried to have one of their another little color revolutions in another Soviet state somewhere. But they have started a second front and a third front with stirring up the stuff in, was it Moldova? And then, of course, Azerbaijan and down there in the south. I mean, really, the United States of America is really inflaming the entire nation and nations in the entire region. And they're literally doing this to destabilize them, to make a wider threat to Russia. And Russia knows exactly what the U.S. is doing. It's not a new game plan. And that's the problem. And that's the problem. Hey, if you get a chance, go over to Greg Hunter at usawatchdog.com. He has a really good interview about that thingy. About that thing. Man, about that thing. The thing. Dr. Pierre Corey. Yes, Greg Hunter, usawatchdog.com. You ought to check that out. That was a pretty good interview that I watched. In fact, I emailed it to somebody as I was preparing for this show. I emailed it to somebody because they appeared to have a lot of the same symptoms that Dr. Corey talked about. And, they use that I word, not the YMCA or however the fuck. Oh, excuse me, Revolution Radio. However the heck it goes. Oh my God. Yeah, God help us all, man. I'm telling you. It's idiocracy. So anyway, Greg Hunter, usawatchdog.com. It's a really good interview. It came out yesterday. And I watched it this morning, as Zoe had her show. Don't forget tomorrow morning, Revolution Radio, 7 to 8 a.m. Mecky and Dave are in the house. We'll be back on Revolution Radio, but we're going to continue on YouTube. Yeah, so hey, everybody, welcome. We're back. So more on that story. That was a really good interview. And my friend, Mr. R, not Mr. Rowe, maybe R is a bad name. I want to say Mr. I-Man. Yeah, the I-Man. He, back in the spring, he got sick and he kind of got malaise and real weak, and he's running all kinds of tests, and they just can't figure out what is actually wrong. And so he's a little better, but it's not, he's not back to normal. So I forwarded that to him, sent it to him in an email, and I'm actually I'll call and talk to him after the show or later today, because his dad has Alzheimer's, and I don't know how good his dad is actually doing, but I know his dad, is a former Marine and had a family at Camp Lejeune, and two of the three kids were born at Camp Lejeune, right? So yeah. Anyway, so I forwarded to Mister I, or the I man, and we'll see. I'll call, like I said, I'll call him later and see what he has to say if he got a chance to watch it, and I'll offer some help of what I might or can and can't do. But yeah, it's um, it's terrible that you literally have to talk around topics and ideas as if it's 1984. It really is crazy. It's idiocracy. It's pretty damn stupid, you ask me. Hey there, tried Gilly Weapons. Hey, how you doing there? Cornbread. Oh yeah, that's good. Oranges. Zeke, how you doing? Oh man, I'm telling you, it's it's silly. Why would they? Why would? But logically, why would a company do that unless they get a really good deal? Maybe maybe they did it because all the other schools and everywhere else, they weren't gonna serve the chicken and waffles and watermelons. They weren't going to serve them. So there was a big glut of this stuff in their supply system. So, yeah. When I think about that, I think about the um, what there was. Damn it, there was a movie. There was a scene of a movie where the CIA or the spies, whoever it was, had caught a couple people, and one of them was Jewish and one of them was black, and the other one, I forgot even got what he was, but it's like they tried to entice them with these objects that were um, yeah, with these objects. I think we'll use this song. I don't know how it'll work. We'll see. Boot up. We'll use this one. I gotta hurry. I'm getting ready to go back. Back here in shares. Yeehaw! All right. All right. We got a pack going on. I ain't got a drink either. Oh, that's right. We're playing Miranda Lambert, crazy ex-girlfriend. She's gonna go home and load her shotgun, wait in the door for her baby. Not too good. Yeah, she's gonna show him what a little girl's made of. She's got her shotgun. and he better stand the hell by. Yeah, that's, well, you have to defend yourself. I got it. It's dang sure truth. Yeah. He's, yeah, you signed up for murder, and all you got was damaged. I mean, what the hell? God, I hope y'all are doing great, man. Hey, Rich, Rich, and everybody else over there on the YouTube chat, and then of course everybody over here in Revolution Radio, Malaya, and everybody else. So come on down and join us. I'm streaming live on YouTube and live on revolution.radio. Catch us on iTunes, TalkStreamLive.com, TuneIn, Shoutcast, Winamp, Accessify, Radioomni, Open Radio app, just a few. Just search Revolution Radio Studio A, Revolution Radio Studio B. That's right, revolution.radio, freedomslips.net, freedomslips.org, and we're waiting on the other one. So, what else we got going on here? Archives, everything here on Revolution Radio and now on YouTube until or if it's, well, just taken down, slam dunked, and whatever, whatever, hey, what could I say? It's going to happen somewhere along the line. So, yeah. Yeah, anyway, so thanks everybody. Let's see what else we got. Revolution Radio is listener supported and commercial free. As right now, essentially, so am I. So, the more people that sub, the sooner I've got to do some promotions for that to get some people to come into the channel and just listen. So come on down and join us, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are around the world, and get the straight truth, not the mainstream media mind control, because you are being punked. You're being taken advantage of. Your good nature, your trusting self, and the authorities that you always believed that told you facts and information that you could rely on. But you can't rely on it. You can't rely on what they say on ABC, NBC, CBS, and fake Fox News. CNN is basically the clown news network. They literally have zero credibility. And they pump millions. I mean, think about it. Think about the amount of money that Revolution Radio puts into the systems and the amount of listeners they get back. If we put $1 million into our systems and use them to not only improve them, but promote them and monetize them and push them out to the world, CNN would, really look more like the chump change news network. But our media today does not tell the truth. It's trying to, well, it's trying to feed you scraps of food for your brain. And they're all a jigsaw puzzle that your subconscious will put together, because they've already laid that foundation of brainwashing. I always think of Charlotte Iserby and the deliberate dumbing down of America. That is an exceptionally good description. And the book shows what we have actually lived through. Yeah. It truly is, well, it's insanity. It really is insanity as we sleepwalk into war with Russia. You know, um, the Ukrainian military is well, desperate. It's ready to crack at any minute. That's why Zelensky went to London, because he knows that the British crown and that King Charles in particular carries a lot of sway within the New World Order, and he can possibly bring together a coalition of the stupid willing to have a direct war with Russia in Ukraine, having this naive, ignorant belief that they can contain it, that Russia will not use the ultimate weaponry, and then unleashing the ultimate war. Well, I believe Einstein was wrong when he said, I believe it was Einstein, that said we know what weapons World War III will be fought with, and nuclear weapons, and that World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Well, I don't believe that. There will be scraps of humanity that have retained their intelligence. Then there will be others that essentially develop into what's the name of that? Develop into what essentially would be considered Devil's Island. I'm trying to think of the story where the bunch of little boys get stranded on the island and they develop their own, well, off cruel hierarchy of well, bad behavior. I'm trying to think of it. As soon as I see it or think it'll pause across my brain, I'll remember it. But this walking into this war with Russia over Ukraine, this is the same thing that happened in World War II. It also is the same thing that essentially happened in World War One. Remember, in World War One, the Archduke Francis Ferdinand, the assassination. It really wasn't 4 to 5 months, I believe. After that is when hostilities essentially started breaking out, and it was this slow building grind. Here we have an actual war already started, and nobody seems to put together, what is really going on. Because the truth is, the West believes that they can keep militarily pressuring anybody, everything, and it will eventually crumble. That it will not strike back. That using the strategy of tension, the lies and the delays and the tactics have all come to an end. This is what the United States of America, this is what the Brits, this is what the World Economic Forum and their dumb shit bag elitists have run into. They have to face the reality that they can no longer overthrow nations around the world at will anytime they choose. And that's what's happened in Ukraine. in Kazakhstan. Even the where in the hell was it? Wasn't Belarus, or there was other places, where the U.S. literally goes in. They run social media brainwashing programs through U.S. aid, where they help people with their elections. They help people with their educational system. Let us help you and with your business infrastructure. Let us help you get this and that and the other thing. Meanwhile, piece by piece, you're selling your soul to the devil, and they are indoctrinating you, your children, and others into this false sense of security. It's essentially like believing that the Chinese Communist Party, is your partner and ally when essentially you're just their paid spy. Like Joe Bribham and his family. Yeah. The game is over. But the Americans and the Brits have one yet to even acknowledge that the game is over, let alone try to unwind the pressure and the forces and the momentum that they've built. They are literally not trying. They're they're not trying to open up negotiations. They literally believe arming to the teeth and still talking crap about taking Crimea and taking all the other provinces of the old Ukraine back, and it's like it's not going to happen. Those were Russian ethnic people anyway. They didn't want to belong to the Western Nazis of Ukraine. And all of those who deny anything like that is not true. Look, I'm sorry, but your brain is broke. Your head needs to be examined. Really. Really. It's beyond stupid. The crap that we see happening today. It truly is. Anyway. Yeah. How long and when exactly when it goes and how it pops, the let's just say the inconvenient political history story of when did World War III start. We should be having those discussions like right now, like right fucking now. But we can't have those discussions right now, okay? We can't. Because the United States of America would be looked at and be recognized as the aggressor. That NATO and the United States and the UK would be the belligerent country that has essentially overthrown Ukraine and other Eastern European nations in an overt strategy, because they didn't hide it. It wasn't so covert that the Russians didn't know about it. The Russians were disorganized, and as they got organized, they were formulating their strategies, and here we are today. On the edge of World War III, brought to you by Victoria Nuland, the CIA, the NSA, NATO, Barack Obama. That's right. I put this all at the feet of Traitor 44, Barack Obama. He believed they could socialize. Think about this. Liberalism before Barack Obama and liberalism after the presidency, or presidency of Barack Obama, and during and after, right? Think about what was literally acceptable with the rioting in the streets and the attacks on people essentially because of their skin color, to the intolerance that was essentially created. And while everybody is screaming, white supremacy, we can visualize, who really was intolerant. And maybe, just as, the Columbia Journal Review or whoever it was that did a retrospect of Trump Russia collusion, we have to look back and see where we went wrong. Hey, shouldn't people in policy making places, shouldn't they be looking back and seeing what they're doing wrong? That now they have gone to essentially pushing for black nationalism, black supremacy, pushing racist stuff. I, I have to ask this question because if we're about equality as a nation and a meritocracy because you earned to be there, and see, that's what all of the lawsuits about race and gay and lesbian, all of this stuff, it wasn't about, it was about being there, right? These early lawsuits, they were about being there and having a fair shake. Today, the lawsuits that we see are often about a point of view and not about getting a fair shake. And that's a problem. If everybody can't get a fair shake, if everybody isn't equal, the bias, the discrimination, and everything else, it's still there. You're only, the only question you're really literally throwing up and answering. The only question is, what form of nouveau racism, bigotry is, permitted today? And it should be none. Okay. Zero. Anyway, I see they said the U.S. Navy releases first images of Chinese surveillance balloon debris weighing hundreds, if not thousands of pounds falling out of the sky. Oh yeah. So no, we couldn't shoot it down over some, remote area. No, we couldn't do that. That makes too silly. It's just too silly, isn't it? Yeah. So what other news and information we got? Death toll in Turkey. Wow. This is all, this is a crime against you, not a crime, but it's an event against humanity. Turkish stock market has halted to prevent a further crash as the quake and the death toll heats up. The quake recovery, as 11,000 people have been now declared dead. The stock exchange decided to halt trading. And so there you have it. The cleanup continues. There are still a few people being pulled out of the wreckage and the collapsed buildings. Ah, man. Wow. And, yeah, that's a sad thing. And then it got down to 21 degrees, I think it was, -6 Celsius, I think it was, or 19 degrees or maybe something like that. I mean, it got down chilly that night after, that next day and that next night, man, it got cold. Yeah, that's a problem, right? That really is. Well, looky here. Didn't Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, once again, I believe I have been proven correct in my what I was saying. Authored by Mike Shedlock over at mishtalk.com. Essentially, is says welcome to the global recession. It began in December of last year. No, it's not. Maybe the globe is in a recession, but the US, the EU, the UK, Australia are in depressions. Remember over the summer, just a few months ago in the fall, I think it was, and maybe even, we were arguing and discussing, well, what is a recession? Hey, how do you count a recession? Is it two negative quarters or halves or months or Cheerios or whatever the F they're talking about, right? I mean, really, really, really. Listen, it's a papered over depression. How many trillions of dollars have they pumped into the fucking economy? How much money have they shoveled into the goddamn, pardon me, Lord, into this fucking abyss of a Ponzi system to keep it afloat? How much have they shoved into the Ponzi system to keep it afloat? I'll say it without saying the F word that I just threw all out there. But man, I'm telling you, all this is money pumping, money dumping, keeping that dollar Ponzi scheme going. Remember, it's backed by nothing. The US dollar, in all of its glory, is backed by Joe Biden's depends. Now it depends on Joe Biden, doesn't it? What the what the hell is the matter with these people? Have they lost their mind? Well, the question is, when did Joe Biden lose his mind? And I would say back in the early 1990s somewhere, you know, but that's just me. Okay. But don't people realize we've pumped how much money into the economy? We used the crisis from 2020 when all the businesses shut down and we had 2 weeks to bend the curve, and it took 2 years to collapse the economy. But we have to understand all of the economic conditions that we were seeing, all of them were present before the dreaded disease that caused everything to shut down. Remember, the economy was already in peril. It had already been stretched thin. And what else was going down, ladies and gentlemen? Think about it. What else was coming down the pike? The massive worldwide Ponzi scheme and the doubling effect. You can't get away from it. It doesn't matter if if you pretend the mathematics of the exponential function will always get you. Hey, everybody, I'm going to take over here on the live stream. We got a half an hour left, so come on down, hold tight, and we'll try to get you guys squared away. All right, everybody. So, yeah, think about it. Listen, this may sound crazy, it might sound childish, and it might sound, well, nutsy, okay? But Dr. Al Bartlett, in his series, let me find, here it is. I found his website, okay? Listen, if you want to teach kids or teach people that you want to know and to understand the practical uses and the ideas and the concepts associated with the exponential function. Exponential function, the power sign, doubling. Okay. How long does it take? Essentially, doubling takes. Okay. Anyway, so wow, 20,000 dead now. Yeah, that's a sad thing, man. Here's here's the link. Here's the link. I put the Al Bartlett link in the chat room over here on my side. That's where it is on my side. It could be, I guess, anywhere in the vicinity in yours. But that if you watch some of that stuff, and if you have people that don't understand how some advanced mathematics can help us, and it will lay bare the truth. Because, the truth is, if the population doubles, you need twice as many roads, twice as many houses, you twice as much infrastructure, you twice as many shitty overrunning sewer plants. Now, I want you to take that concept, that idea, right, of exponential function and the doubling effect that Dr. Al Bartlett talks about in some of this stuff, okay? And understand that your currency is this Ponzi scheme. That's how I view it. And it is the reverse of that exponential function. Instead of it doubling, it's literally having and having and having. It's almost like, using a formula to figure out radiation doses, where you use a reverse damn it, I forgot the name of it's called, an inversion formula to figure out the distance and the safety and the dosage that you're getting, because gamma radiation and stuff, when you move 1 foot from it, well, when you move the distance from it, it drops in half. That's theoretically the idea behind it. It's not exactly, because I don't have time. In fact, and I never did get myself another song, and I'm listening in my earphones, and I hear the here, we'll do this one real quick if I can get it queued up. Everybody likes this one. Insane in the membrane. Yeah, isn't that pretty much how we are today? Or insane in the membrane. There we go. We got it queued up. Okay, we go back to start sharing. Well, Paul is going to have to get his own show and do this. He can call me. He should do a show. Oh, what else we got going on here? Let's check the latest news and information here real quick and see what's kind of coming out. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about that too. Um, mm, oh, dang. Oh, that ought to really be. George Soros probably paid for that. Drug maker, it makes aging blood young again. United Airlines flight had to land, hospitalized 4 people because a laptop battery caught fire. Wow, that's not good, is it? We'll throw that up there for some news. Coming back from the break. Yeehaw! All All right, we're playing Cypress Hill. Insane in the brain. Yes, because when you're blinking and blinking, and who in the hell knows what's going on up there. Oh, I left my mic on. I left my mic on. Well, hey, they heard that in Revolution Radio. Insane in the membrane, man. That's where we're at. That's right. We ain't insane. We all insane. Hey, welcome back. It's the Revolution in the Morning Show. Come on down and join us. freedomslips.com. No, it's not. It's freedomslips.net, freedomslips.org, and revolution.radio. Boy, them old brain glitches die hard sometimes, don't they? Welcome back, everybody. Let's check and see what kind of fresh news and information we got here. The Biden State of the Union post-mortem. Yeah, it's more of a post-mortem. What are we going to look at? Inflation, and tax hikes. Well, that is unfortunate, but that is absolutely, well, okay, true. It's true. Okay. Anyway, one of the things I had to talk about, and I keep, I see it, I think about it, and then I move on to something else, and I get kind of waylaid about it. But this craziness, Joe Biden and such. Okay, well, here it is. I found it. Okay, it's pretty easy, and it was a headline kind of, but I never opened it. On the Now and the formerly Worth a Shit Drudge reports, I have 43% approval rating for the demented, poopified president. Okay. Yeah. Doesn't that mean, though, that 52% disapprove of Joe Biden? Doesn't it actually mean that 57% disapprove of Joe Biden? So, yeah, across the board, let's see. Across the board, the disapproves kick ass. Anywhere from 3 to 10 basis points difference. In fact, two of the polls had 9 percentage difference. So almost 10% of the people think Joe Biden's doing a shit job. Okay. Yeah. Grade B, B plus, B minus, A plus. I mean, really. I mean, what planet are. Hey, you better get your left brain checked, because one of them have left the building. Yeah, then maybe that's what should happen. They should get their effing brain checked, because one of them have left the building. Oh man, what in the hell does it matter? 57% basically disapproval. Well, I really don't want to say. You know that extra 5% that's missing there, right? Since 52% and 43%, there's 5% left, right? Those are the 5% of the dead voters that are included in the Republican Party and the Democrat Party as swing voters. They swung up to the Lord years ago. I swear, man, there's got to be massive voter fraud happening for any of these clowns to win. I mean, really. I mean, it's a lack of options. I guess it's like, a brother and a sister stuck on a desert island, and there's no other humans around, and well, I won't even say what happens when happens. Well, there it is. Florida High School Board holds an emergency meeting. Students are concerned. Parents are wondering. The entire district is out of the world. The Florida High School Athletic Association will reconsider a controversial proposal that would require female students to reveal their menstrual cycle. Yes, yes. When do you have your period? So we won't schedule you for some kind of vigorous period activity during that period. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, is that just a backdoor trans question? Because I'm not for that either. But at the same time, I don't believe that people should be competing against members of the opposite sex. Of the opposite sex. Gender is the psychological term for how you feel. Man, I'm telling you, sometimes sometimes I feel like, what's that guy's name? What's his name? Perry? Tyler Perry or something like that? Oh, yeah. I one time in my life, I felt like um who was that from the Dallas Cowboys? I can't remember him now. That's an old joke. Yeah, it's two football players, was it Reggie White? It might have been Reggie White. Yeah. Put the fridge and Reggie White beside each other, I mean, um, it's like putting a refrigerator beside a Coke machine. I mean, it doesn't work real well. It's crazy. It's stupid. It's nuts. But, I guess everybody has their own choices they have to make in life, right? Yeah. Yeah. Here it is. Michael Jackson's estate is going to sell his catalog of music. So come on up, pony up, and let's get it going. Bidding starting at $900 million. That's right, $900 million for the Michael Jackson collection. So there you have it. Anyway, meanwhile, an anti-inflammatory drug looking to repurpose itself, and it could possibly increase human lifespan by decades. An aging blood system because of its vector of a lot of proteins, cytokines, and cytokines, cells that have a lot of bad consequences for the organism. So what were they using? What drug were they using, or what were they putting in these patients? A rheumatoid arthritis drug, anakinra. Anakinra. That's what they were putting in these. They were treating people in an experiment for. Damn, nose was itching. What's happening? What's making money somewhere? I don't know. Anyway, the anti-aging drug. They turn it into an anti-aging treatment for people over 50. Well, anyway, I guess they'll try to find some way to repurpose something that they've had for a long time. Yeah. Anyway, what else we got going on here? Here's that laptop story. Man, I'll tell you, I returned to San Diego International Airport as the crew reported a laptop fire in the cabin. The flight, which is headed to Newark Liberty International Airport, departed at 7:07 a.m. and returned at 7:51. The flight returned after a customer's battery pack ignited. 4 flight attendants were taken to the hospital while 2 customers were evaluated on site. The flight later left San Diego for Newark, and no other operations were impacted. Of course, the FAA has size limits on lithium batteries, but says requirements allow for all types of lithium batteries used by the average person in electronic devices like laptops. Anyway, there have been 414 such incidents involving lithium batteries, smoke and fire, and extreme heat on flights. They accounted for 179 incidents were accounted by e-cigarettes and vaping machines caused 80. Laptops were responsible for only 49. But battery packs that people carried were responsible for most of the fires and the problems with lithium batteries. So, well, buyer beware and be cautious. And remember, an airplane can't land right away, but what if you were at your house or if it was in your car and you weren't there and it just caught fire and burned the living crap out of everything you had? Yeah, hey, I just think about it. Wasn't Terry Ackerman, Lady Horse, our show is on after this show for an hour, I believe. So you can stay tuned for that. Touch of Country is back, I believe is the name of the show. So hang in there, ladies and gentlemen, after the show. What else we got going on here? Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, yeah. Mega ugly. Trump accuses DeSantis of grooming high school girls. Listen, Trump has got some real clowns on his staff that are essentially working to not only encourage the infighting, but to work to annihilate Trump from a lot of these places. The Koch brothers, the cocksucker brothers. There's only one brother left. I guess it's mother brother now. Yeah, he his pack is going to want to pull all their money, and they don't want to support Trump. And this is what happens when you have politicians that are essentially the hmm, turning the money faucets on and literally brainwashing people by using modern day communications and psyops and other psychological ways to essentially turn somebody's brain into any direction that you see fit that you want it to go. So we got about 11 minutes. Oh, we got 11 minutes left. I was thinking it was closer. Let me get over here to my bookmarks and find out some more news and information. Disney bows to Beijing as The Simpsons. That's right, The Simpsons, those little yellow cartoon figures that are meant and are sent essentially through subconscious into the future of future events. I know it sounds weird, but yeah, China has essentially forced Disney to, or asked Disney, and then started taking their products off the market. Remember, Winnie the Pooh isn't allowed because, Ji Pooh leader. Yeah, in China. Meanwhile, the U.S. military reports from the Wall Street Journal that China actually has more ICBM launchers than the United States. And they even have missiles that have been deployed or can be deployed on high altitude balloons where the missiles drop, the engine ignites, and they literally fly off to their targets. One question that should be obvious to everybody who asks it is, Does the FBI have spies in Congress? I think you have to be pretty damn stupid even to ask that question. Of course, you're thinking about FBI. Ha! FBI? FBI? Oh, I know. What about the NSA, the CIA, of course, the DOJ, the IRS, the Capitol Police, and all the other intelligence services that, well, sometimes they're either dumb as their motherfucking brains are left, or guess what? They're doing it on purpose. Okay. Now, on Revolution Radio, if you hear a little dropout in the middle, that's because I'm cussing like hell. That's because I'm pissed. It's because I'm effing pissed. Science? Hey, we ran out of science long ago, man. It's time for the political science. The PSYOP is what they really mean. That's what they're saying. This stupidness that we exhibit and we live with today. Oh, gosh. See, it's a good thing. There are good things, and I told somebody this yesterday. People don't think that my mouth and my brain have a filter and a check. Let me tell you, it really does. It really does. You know, people tell me things, and I'm thinking, oh God, should I, or I find stuff, or I observe stuff, or don't ask me. I just run across stuff. It's just that the way karma has brought stuff to me. I don't know. I really don't know. But I had some crazy ideas and suspicions of some things going on that I'm going to try to confirm in the next few weeks. And if it is, well, I'm going to talk about it right here on YouTube and on my locals page. And of course, let's not forget revolution.radio. So anyway, I hope y'all are having a great day. God bless you. It is truly a bizarro world that we're living in. Joe Rogan has been slandered for saying that Jews are quote unquote into money. That's one of the driving aspects of their personas. Just truth. It really is. It's just truth. What other news and information we got going on here? Oh, dang nabbit. Woo, short night last night too, and I could not sleep, man. I could not sleep. That's one of the things that I've got to do after the show. I've got to call the VA and talk with my sleep doctor stuff about this damn about this cottonmouth gagging at night because my saliva glands aren't working very well. So at night when I have my CPAP machine on, I have to use the full mask thing like that. And if you were on YouTube, you could see me, put my kind of cupping my hand over my mouth, and man, it really can dry you out. It has a moisture function on it, but it's not either working or it's not enough. And man, it's kind of starting to be disruptive, maybe is a good way to put it. Now, it's better than not using it, in all honesty. It really is, because sleeping and waking 40 times an hour, it doesn't really work too damn well. Yeah, that's the truth that nobody wants to say. What else we got going on here? The FBI. Yeah, and their spies in Congress. That's a silly question. It should be question of do they? It's question of who are they? how many informants are actually people that are actually in the FBI that are actually working to control what is happening in government. And see, isn't that the problem with Trump? When the government decided, the FBI decided to attack the candidate, president elect, and then President Trump, because the FBI did that. No other government agency. Now, Barack Obama gave them the green light. And what they found was fertile corruption. That all they had to do was plant a Trump derangement syndrome seed. And because of the hatred of Trump, it grew and flourished and literally blinded justice the same way the day of the Trifid would strike at the eyes of its victims and blind them. Yeah. And of course, then, well, eat them. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a great day. Trianapine, widely available in smoke shops and, well, gas stations. It is a drug that mimics the effects of an opioid and has essentially gotten the nickname gas station heroin, man. Yes, and it was an antidepressant from the 1950s. It's now being marketed over the counter as a dietary supplement for treatment of depression, anxiety, opiate withdrawal, causing concern among health officials and lawmakers. The drug trianapine is sometimes called gas station heroin. Yeah, anyway, so it's classified as a tricyclic antidepressant and is used since the 1950s before SSRIs, serotonin uptake, selective serotonin uptake inhibitors, were brought into the market. Of course, Prozac and fluoxetine were those name brands. Oh God, no wonder my brain is broke, man. No wonder it's broke. So anyway, I hope y'all are having a great day. God bless you. Hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody, over here on YouTube. And of course, thanks everybody. Wow. So yeah, I mean, it's why can't we just use natural medicines? Why do we have to have, well, synthetic? It's like synthetic marijuana, right? Yeah, let's make some Marinol, man. Marinol. Yeah, let's look, marijuana, the devil's weed. It's so evil. Oh my God, help us all. It's weed. It's reefer madness. It's well, I'm going to get some reefer madness after the show here, by the way. But anyway, folks, hey, get this. This is what they don't want to tell you. It's so evil. They have to try to recreate it in a pharmaceutical form so they can make more money. It's so damn evil. Hey, everybody, thank you over here on Revolution Radio. God bless you, and thanks for tuning in. Remember to support all the independent content makers out there in the world. God bless you. Good day and good luck on Revolution Radio. Hey, everybody over here on YouTube. Thanks for hanging in there. Bernaise sauce and tried the multi-weapon. And, everybody else, thanks for coming down. And God bless you guys. You have a great day and spread the word Monday through Friday. This is where you'll find me. God bless. Well, I need to turn off Revolution Radio. I never did. Now I got to come over here and end this stream. Thanks, everybody. Thank you very much. God bless you. Good day and good luck. Bless you.